Pleased to be joined now by Iowa quarterback C.J. Beathard, who is in our studio in Iowa City. We'll look ahead to that showdown with Iowa State in a moment. But, C.J., let's look back first. 45-21 over Miami of Ohio in the season opener. What did you learn about your team on Saturday?
I thought we were ready to go. We came out there ready to go. Offensively, we scored on the first 3 drives of the game, and that was one of the things we focused on all week. It didn't matter who we were playing. We just wanted to make sure we had a good week of practice, but we want to make sure it translated to the field and that we were ready to go and ready to play.
How would you assess your own personal performance?
Yeah, I thought it was all right. Obviously there's always room for improvement. Better balls, better placement here and there. But I think all around we played okay. Definitely a lot of things to fix on the offensive side, defensive side, and special teams. And we worked on that this week in practice and got those corrected, and we're moving on to Iowa State.
CJ, the big news coming out of Iowa City yesterday was the announcement that Kirk Ferentz had signed a contract extension which will keep him with the Hawkeyes through 2026. In your estimation, after playing for him for a few years here, what makes him such a great fit at Iowa?
He's just a great guy, a great coach. That's one of the main reasons I came to Iowa. I didn't really know much about the state alone, and let alone about the football program, until I came on a visit here. Got to know Coach Ferentz, and just what the kind of guy he is. Just a very down-to-earth, genuine guy. He'll tell you like it is, and he's a relatable guy, and you can tell he's real honest and sincere with what he has to say to you.
You say he tells it like it is. What's the thing that he has told you in your career that has resonated the most with you and stayed with you?
Man, there's a lot of things. I think Coach Ferentz does a good job at, he's got the head coach role. He kind of lets Coach Davis focus on teaching the quarterbacks more, in a teacher perspective, but he definitely has things to say to me, after games, before games, on the sideline. He always says things to me on the sideline, whether it's a good or bad drive, and I think that's a great thing about him. If I were to throw a pick six, I remember my first start against Purdue, my redshirt freshman year. I threw a pick six in my first drive, and as a young quarterback going in there, that can really, get you nervous and scared for the rest of the game. But he came over to me and said, hey, we're fine. We'll be fine. And ever since that play, I kind of picked it up, and we ended up winning the game.
You have the Iowa State game this week. You mentioned it. You are not from the state of Iowa, so you've had to learn a little bit about this rivalry. Now that you've been around it for a while, what makes it so special?
Everything about it. People here in Iowa are diehard fans, whether it be Iowa State fans or University of Iowa fans, and that's the great part about it. There is no NFL team, there's no Major League Baseball team, no NBA team, so everyone is a fan of their college, and that's why it's a big deal every year to get that trophy and keep it a Hawkeye State and keep the trophy in the building. It's one of the things we focus on this offseason, is trying to get all these trophies and keep them in the building. We got them all last year, but we want to keep them here, and it's our first opportunity to do that. So we've had a good week of preparation, and we're going to go out there and play the best that we can play.
Last thing before we let you go, your brother is a country singer. We were talking about this when we were on campus for the preseason tour, and not long after that, he played a concert at Kinnick and had you up on stage with him. So what's more stressful, being up on stage with your brother or playing quarterback?
I honestly, I would have to say I was a little bit more nervous to do that than I was for any game. I get nervous for games, but going out there on stage, and when he said, hey, I'm going to have you sing a little bit with me, I was like, man, I couldn't enjoy the concert. I was like, man, I'm there to have a good time and enjoy watching my brother. But in the back of my head, it was like, man, I still got to get up here and get on stage. I'm nervous about that. But, it was a great time, a fun experience. It was great to see him.
You were in a band together for a while as kids, right?
Yeah, we were. So that was my first time being on stage in that kind of setting since, sophomore year of high school. So, having him, bring me out there and expect me to sing was a little stressful and a little nerve-wracking, I'm not going to lie.
C.J. Beathard, Iowa quarterback, best of luck this week against the Cyclones, and thanks as always for your time, C.J.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.